Hello, 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 Cancer. Welcome, welcome. How are you guys doing this morning, this afternoon, this evening, whenever you're watching this? My name is Patty. I'm your intuitive empath that is doing your reading for the 24th through the 30th. And there is going to be astrology and numerology mixed in with this. So I think it's important to mix all the energies so that you know that. So we're going to get started here. The only other announcements I have is that on the 26th, I am doing a full moon reading. This is going to be a big one, guys. We have a full moon on the 26th this week. You've got a lot of energies. Not only the full moon, it's a super moon, which makes it even more powerful. We're having a lunar eclipse on the same day, of course. It has to happen when there's a full moon. And then we have 3 retrogrades. So we have Pluto already in retrograde, but then we have Saturn and Mercury coming into retrograde. So you guys got all kinds of energies coming up your way. So be ready for some, a little bit of probably anxiety or unsettlement or something of that nature in your charts here. So let's see what we've got going. So for those of you that are brand new, I'm going to be pulling 3 oracles. One is for the Divines card. I call it the Divines card. And that is where the Divine, if you had a question to God, Divine, you know, whoever your higher power is, this is hopefully the message that you needed to hear for today. If you're going through challenges or anything of that nature, hopefully this is your message, definitely. And it gives you some peace and solace and love through that. Our second card is the energies for this week. Oh, okay. You know what? I'm going to shuffle these over. I missed 2 cards. Sorry about that. And I want to make sure that these don't, I missed that. Grabbed them and then they're there. So let me shuffle a couple more times. Second card is for the current energies. The current energies are for the 24th through the 30th. And then we have the future energies. Now the future energies, you know, some people go past, present, future. I go divine, present, and future, but the future is more planetary. And that's where these energies of these retrogrades are probably going to come in. So definitely want to pay attention to those. Okay. Oh, too many. So our first oracle out, of course, like I said, is the Divines. This is the number 6 in numerology. And then it is also wide open. So this is about your freedom of choice. So if you're having challenges or you're questioning something, struggles, and you're just trying to reach out to the divine, the universe, saying, I don't know what to do, this is a free choice. However, let's get these other 2 cards going so we know which way we're going to go with that free choice. All right. Wow. Talk about direction. And then he gives me the card for direction. It's interesting. Okay. So we're going to do this here. And then I'm going to be doing a different kind of a reading today as far as the spread, just to switch it up a little bit for some difference. And then also I'll be doing health and love and relationships at the end. Feeling a little bit weird today. I took a medicine and so I'm a little bit nauseated. So bear with me. I'm a little bit, what do you call that? Quieter today than normal. Okay. So wide open, number 6. Okay, and we know that number 6 is about your harmony and your improvement. This is about your balance. This is something that you really need to look into for balancing yourself out. It is also the freedom of choice. Now, the thing is, when we talk about wide open and we are given freedom of choice, he's saying, okay, I'm giving you freedom of choice, but you know what is right, you know what it is wrong, you know what it is good, what is bad. Really, there's no right, wrong, good, bad kind of a thing. It's just how we say in the energy world and how you can, you know, layman can figure that out. Or you got high vibration, low vibration, that kind of a thing. However, we want to make sure that we're making our choices, our freedom of choice in the good manner. The current energy is, and this will come into play here in a minute. I'm getting to see a movie here, so in my head it's showing me. So we'll keep this moving though. So the current energy is the protecting treasure, which is the number 12. In numerology, it turns into number 3. So this is to acknowledge that what you're protecting, what he is protecting, what you want to protect is your heart. because that's your soul and your spirit there. And that's what anything and everything wants in energy, whether, you know, you believe in God and Satan and good and bad, you know, high vibration, low vibration, whatever. The low vibrations want your heart. Things that want to destroy and destruct basically want your heart, and also does the things that want to grow you in love and light and all that kind of stuff wants your heart. So this is acknowledging that there is a free choice here, something coming up with your heart, something that is in the matter of your heart, your emotions, your soul. If this is a relationship, this is going to be a really tough decision, because you're going to have to know if this is the right person or not, because we have the talisman for the future energy. Remember I said this, the direction card? This is the direction card. The talisman is about, and it's also 9. It is the number 4. It's growing stability. So you're actually on the movement to grow more stability in your life. More balance is pretty much what you're saying, is what he's saying, to grow more balance. So with that said, with the talisman, this is I call it this direction card, because with the talisman, if you look, she's got 1 foot back, 1 foot forward. She's got her hand moving forward. The path quite isn't straight. However, with this back foot, wherever I can put my finger here, this back foot, if you see, she's stepping on a whole bunch of stuff there. And that is the stuff from the past. She already knows where she's going, what she's doing, why she wants to be there. However, she also knows where she wants to go. And she knows that she needs to move forward. She knows that she has to move forward. And so even though she knows her confidence to move forward, she still needs some type of light, some type of guidance, something to help her along her way to keep the past where it belongs in the past, using those experiences, but not going back and living in those experiences, if you understand what I mean. All right. So we really got to look at, in this scenario, there's a choice coming up for somebody. Somebody's going to have to make a choice in this next week. It is going to have to be in relation to your heart. It's going to pull on your heartstrings, and it's going to say, you know, do you really want to? It's sort of like when you have the choice that you have a boyfriend or girlfriend that comes back, and then, you know, it's like it pulls on your heartstring because there was a past, there is a history, and there is something that you did love about that person at that one time. However, you're pulling on your heartstrings because they want you back. They want you to move forward with them, but you don't know if they've changed. So you don't want to live in that past again. So you're in this confusion of, should I go back with them or should I not go back with them? And so you're trying to move forward, but this past is trying to come up and carry you and drag with you. And so that won't work. It won't work, especially if it's too new. If that person has gone away for 2, 3, 4, 5 years and come back, maybe there's a chance to it. However, if it's been a week or 2 weeks or whatever, month, 2 months, you have to grow. Maturity takes time. It doesn't just happen overnight. You get an aha moment and you've changed. Unless you have a very, very, very traumatic experience, you know, then I believe it can change. However, if somebody just goes and, you know, you got in a fight, they left, and then they want to come back, no, they just didn't get what they wanted over there. So it was easy to get over here. So now they're going to want to come back here because it was easy and that person rejected them, or it was too hard. So that's something to really look at. All right. So definitely protect your heart this week. And in this case too, when you're protecting your heart, you really have to put a bubble, because with the planets, with the full moon and being a super moon, along with the retrogrades and everything that's going on with that, definitely need to I don't know what this is, but it's in another language. Sorry. I don't know what it is. Yeah, there is a second coming, but you know what? Keep that to yourself. Anyway, so definitely want to protect your heart in that manner. So we're going to do a spread that's a little bit different. If people are going to do that, they should put it in English. Because a lot of people can't read whatever they're trying to write. And so it makes no sense to me. If you're trying to say, yes, Christ is coming in the second there's a second coming of Christ, well, then you better do it in English, because, you know, it's not going to matter to anybody else if they can't read it. To me, that's crazy, you know. Yeah. All right, so let's see. So bear with me as I'm in a little bit of a low energy here. I am going to do what they call a horseshoe spread. And this horseshoe spread is going to give you a little bit about, it'll give me a little idea about your past, your current. It'll also give me about your strengths, your weaknesses. And then also too, okay, let me see if I can, he's not supposed to come through. Sorry. Bye-bye. It's going to tell me about your past, your current. It's also going to tell me about your weaknesses, strengths, and things that you might want to avoid, and things that are going to hinder you. All right. So let me go ahead and do this. Ooh, somebody's had a lot of struggles in their past. Okay, so let me take a peek at this. So this is sort of like the Scorpios. So we have the 10 of Wands in the past, and in the present. We have the 10 of Wands. Lots and lots of struggles in the past. Okay, lots and lots of struggles in the past. A lot of heavy burdens. Maybe some PTSD and trauma and things like that in your past. Just have to remember that those are, if they were in your past, they're in your past. That doesn't mean that they're going to carry over into your future. I don't see it carrying over into your future if you let things go. And this is why you're protecting your heart, because something or some things have happened that made your past really, really hard. I don't mean just a little bit. I mean like really hard. I know several people that unfortunately, you know, their parents just abandoned them, and they left. They were put in foster homes, or they were in very abusive relations, or parent relationships, you know, were very abusive, and then abusive to the kids. This is the kind of thing I'm talking about: sexual abuse, and just regular abuse. There is really heavy burdens, too much for your childhood. This is something that actually, if you haven't done coaching or counseling, that is something that really is important to do that. I've been through it. I've been sexually abused, emotionally abused, physically abused as a kid, and you can't do it alone. And you have to get those skills and tools from somewhere, a mentor, to be able to heal yourself. And you can heal yourself 100%. Well, I can't say 100%, 99.85. Okay, because there is a part of you that's going to carry you, and you'll get triggers and stuff, but you'll be able to cope with those. However, that's your past. Your future, though, or your present, and also with your mindset, you're actually looking and moving forward. Again, this is where you might be having problems with your choices. If you have some brokenness in you, we all have brokenness, but if you haven't helped yourself and healed in those, then basically what you want to do is, okay, this dude, you're going to just keep getting blocked, guys, so you might as well just go away. The thing is that you want to basically keep trying to question your choices and your decisions and everything to the higher power. You want to be able to go into divine and ask the divine to help you with your decisions and what you're making. This is a communication between God or divine and yourself. And this is something that you really, really need to pay attention to, because this will help in your choices and your decisions. Because the thing that God wants most, and like this jerk here wants most, because he's doing it the wrong way, you don't go and do that kind of stuff. You want to, and that's not the way Jesus Christ would do that in that way anyway, because Jesus Christ is of love. Trust me, I know about Jesus Christ. So you're doing it the wrong way. I know you're going to pop in again, but you're doing it the wrong way. And the thing is that they want love. Love is God. God is all about absolute truth. God is all about love. And so the heart is the key thing, because our emotions are so flexible that we go by what we learn and hear. So the thing is, with open and wide open choices, this is absolute truth. This is of divine. This is of God. It is not the truth of human man. It is the truth of God that you want to be able to follow. Okay. And this is all about a communication process. You can communicate yourself with divine, with God. And this is something that you want to grow, because in three, these are your qualities, is that the Hierophant is the highest spiritual being, which we consider as God, or whoever your God is, but I believe in God. So this would be my highest contact and communication between God and myself. Tarot cards are just something to be read. See, if this guy would understand what tarot is about, he thinks that it's of the devil and evil and everything. It's actually a tool, a communication tool, actually to the divine, and not, because he doesn't understand the history of tarot. So, and people, if you're coming right on, you might not have seen, I've had a troll on that was trying to change the aspects of what I do. But the Hierophant is the card for the year. This is the spiritual card. This is about your spirituality. This is about, told you he would try to come back in. No matter what you do, dude, I'm going to block you. And I'm not going to stop my chat because of you. So you're a jerk. You need to go learn about religion. Okay. Actually, he knows about religion. He doesn't know about a relationship. The thing is that with this, you basically are the only one that can communicate between you and God, because this is your communication. Tarot is just communication tools. That's all it is. It's just communication tools. It is the way of the heart. Okay. So with this, that is your sort of your personal strengths. You just don't know it. You aren't aware of it. You don't know how to open these skills up. That's your intuition. And if this Joker would think about it, he thinks about and talks about, intuition and second dimensional things that he has, or prophecies and all that kind of stuff. That is actually unseen. That is second dimensional. This is what the heart is. This is where the heart is and what it wants. So, but the thing is, your heart is your soul and your spirit of what God has made you to be, your personal person. And there's no one else like you for that. Okay, so just like this guy here, there's qualities that people are fighting it, completely fighting it. Okay, so you can't fight who you are, because like I said, you have to walk in truth. You have to walk in not earthly truth, but absolute truth, divine truth. Okay, and this is your path. It's not going to be easy, but it's not going to be as roller coaster as it can be when you live in the world. It is going to bring you somebody closer to you, definitely. This is going to bring somebody that actually will be sort of somebody that is on the same page as you, somebody that's going to support you, lift you up. Okay, but the thing that's hindering you for your future is that somebody's wanting to stay in the past. You can't stay in the past. God wants you to move forward. God wants you to move in the direction of the divine and what your purpose and your calling is. And you have the gift of speech. Somebody has the gift of speech, the gift of sharing, the gift of storytelling, the gift of maybe even writing, and that this is something that you're not using. This is somebody's calling, however you're not using it. And that's where sometimes we just miss our mark with our calling and our purpose, because we just make a wrong choice. And really, it's not a wrong choice, but it's a choice that would get us to where our purpose and our calling are. All right. So pay attention to this week, what your purpose and your calling is. How did you get in there? That's weird. What card is that? Nine of Pentacles, rewards. Interesting. That is interesting. I didn't use that deck last time. Anyway, this is the whole thing, is you've got to pay more attention to what is going on with your heart, what you're doing. And this could be, I don't see work here. However, this is with relationships and friendships. Walk more in truth, in love and kindness, and be be the person that you want come to you. So when you manifest love, the love comes to you. When you manifest anger, you make anger come to you. When you manifest anxiety, anxiety comes to you. Divine wants all this love and compassion and kindness and caring and all that kind of stuff to come to you. Doesn't want all this confusion, like this person in my chat does not want confusion, because the devil creates confusion. The devil creates things of uncertainty. So if divine is coming, so when you go to make a decision this week, or whatever it is that you're making a decision for your future, you just confirm it. You ask God for confirmation of that. And you just say, is this the right thing to do? Is this for my path, for my journey? If it is, you'll know it. And the thing is, I had in another reading, somebody asked me how you know if it is of divine or if it's of, the dark. The thing is, with the divine, everything is in love and for good, and for constructive. Anything in the devil is about destructive, confusion, and anything like that, like what is trying to happen here. Now, I'm not saying Jesus Christ is not coming back. He's scheduled to come back, but we just don't know when. Is it true? Is it not true? That depends on you and your belief. Do I believe he's coming back? Yeah, I do believe he's going to come back. I believe that we're all out there when we pass over as well. So the thing is that, whatever your belief system is, however, it's really important to have a spiritual belief, a higher power belief, because there is more to life than here. I've witnessed it. I don't know how many times, I can't even count how many times I've witnessed it. And I have talked to my mother, who has passed on, and we've had a conversation, and that actually was confirmed. So there is more to life than what we know. And there's more to life than what this person knows. Definitely. So definitely pay attention to what is going on. There's a decision that needs to be made. There is going to be a pushback with that, because it has to do with your future. And the thing is, with the planets and the energies of the planets and everything that are going, it coincides with the design or what the divine is doing, because this is about really a time for inner thinking and inner peace and inner, it's like an upheaval. It's a reset to your mindset. So this is something that you really need to, there's got to be some healing in there. There's a bunch of healing in here that needs to happen. All right. So if you're in a relationship, it's really hard, because the healing has to come in solitude. All right. So let's see on the qualities that are sort of hindering you. I'd like more clarification for that, please. More clarification. Okay, these are upside down, so I'm gonna turn them around, because we ended up with a deck upside down. 1, 2, 3. Somebody works a darn amount, a lot. So somebody is working. It's like you're spinning your wheels. So for somebody, you're working and working and working. You're overworking yourself, and you're not paying attention to. It's like you're doing too many things at one time, and it's just spinning. And the thing is that you've got the 7 of Pentacles, you have the Queen of Cups, and then you've got the 8 of Pentacles. So you're not seeing any fruits to your work, and so that's creating confusion for you. It's because I think he probably, like me, for a while there, I was doing too many things at one time, so I couldn't focus on one and become good at one. I had too many things going on, and so I didn't do good in all of those. So finally, when I stopped, focusing in on some of those things, then I was able to focus more in on one, and I became better at it. I had to work at it, though, but I finally saw some of the rewards. But you got to listen to your intuition on this. This is your discernment. This is you're paying attention. Discernment is not only, this is from divine. You might get messages from divine. You might get, just a thought or a push or a motivation. It's like, wow, I feel really good. I really want to do this today. That might be it. But however, you're spinning your wheels, and that's the downfall for you, because you keep spinning your wheels over and over and over again, and nothing changes. It's just a lot of hard work, and then you're going to get tired and burned out. So this is really something that you need to focus in on. There's a new opportunity that is going to come up for you. So you really want to pay attention to that in what it is. This is for your future, though. This is something new. I don't think this is the same thing. Did I do this? Yeah, they're upside down again. So we have the Magician. Yeah, so something is going to end quick. So it's sort of like when we have the divine will close a door to open a new one, because it's like when you have a house full of stuff, there's no room to put some new stuff. So you got to take some old stuff out. You take some old furniture out to put new furniture in. Okay, so this is sort of what's happening, is something is going to end really, really quick, and the divine is going to show you a new way or something new to sort of get that motivation back. Okay, because there is something new, fresh energies. This is also with the full moon, the super moon, and all the planets. Planets are energies, so is divine. I call divine God and he, but he's actually energy. So that is something that is going to be coming to you, and it's going to clear. It's going to give you more clarity if you stop spinning your wheels and trying to do so many things at one time. And the reason why you're going to get clarity if you stop spinning your wheels and doing that all at one time, the thing is that you have intuition that you can listen to. Now it's up to you. Again, you're given free will to do what you want and listen to your intuition or not. So God gives us intuition, so it's sort of like our guidance kind of thing. And it's like, man, I gave them the intuition. I gave them the gift to know, but they're not paying attention. They go their own way, and then they get into trouble. I just had that happen last week. I said, no, I'm not going to pay attention to my intuition. I'm going to go this way, and I really regretted it. It was like, seriously, why did I do that? Because I know better. I've done this for so many years. I've had this gift for so many years. So this is just something in relation to that. All right. So also too, in this full moon, there is also for your, let me go ahead and do your health and love and relationship, since we got rid of him finally. People crack me up. People crack me up. Okay, so on your health, just a heads up, with this full moon, because we have a super moon and it is in Sagittarius, the way that everything is falling, and it depends on the degrees, depends on where it's at, and all that kind of stuff. And it sort of tells us where it may be affected in your body for some of the ailments, kind of a thing. So this full moon, if you're having sort of like lower back problems, if you're having joint problems, if you're having, low energy, a lot of that has to do with the super moon. You got to think of this, you guys. People think, oh, well, this energy stuff, like he probably does, or she, it doesn't matter, is that they poo-poo it, but in all reality, it's real. I'm a scuba diver. We used to watch the tides all the time to get in a good dive. So you cannot tell me that the moon and the planets and all these big pieces of rock basically have no energy. That's why they wonder about crystals, is that they have a pull on the earth. There's a gravitational pull on the earth. And the thing is, if you study science, you know this stuff, because when we have something so close to us, now I'm not going to go into the reading for the 26th or the astrology, but the super moon is 100 miles closer than last super moon last month. Okay, so that just means that it's going to bring in more powerful surges, and that powerful surges happens to be our tides. We can physically see the effects of what is happening, but we cannot see the effects that is going on in our body. Okay, but we can understand it a little bit if you talk to medical professionals, especially in the ER. They don't even like full moons because of the power, because it goes crazy. because it has a pull on our bodies, whether we like it or not. It's just the way it is. And if you can't study science, then that's up to you. But it's even science. It's sort of like not believing in the spirit or the divine or God is like, okay, well, I don't believe it. I can't see it. How do you really know it's there? Okay. So can you see wind? Can you see wind? No, you cannot see wind. Okay, you can see the effects of wind blowing a tree, doing whatever it does. However, wind itself you cannot see. So how come there's wind? Is there really wind? How do you know it's wind? Because you can see the effects. Well, with the divine, you see the effects of what he does and the energy that he does in people's lives. And I could sit down for hours and hours and hours and go on this, because I've had one-on-one experience, and that's why I'm writing a couple books now. So anyway, so let's get to your health. So lower backs, joints, that kind of a thing, might be having some, little issues and things like that. We have the Seven of Swords. There is probably some injury or something going on for somebody. However, there's healing. There is healing. There is, it is a process of healing. So if you're having some issues right now, it is process. If you got a cold and allergies, this is a process of healing. It is going to heal. It is going to happen that, it is going to get better, and sometimes it gets better 100% and sometimes it doesn't. Like my knee replacement, it's not going to be 100%. I just got told it's not going to be 100%, but you'll be able to do things that you want to be able to do. So you have to sort of look at that as far as your body. Just take care of it. Lots of water, lots of good nutrition, lots of exercise and things of that nature. Just really, really take care of your body, because at this point in time, with all the energies that are pulling in with the full moon and these energies, I would say from the 23rd to about June 2nd, you're going to have a really strong pull of energies. And so just know that it's sort of a healing process right now, physically and maybe emotionally. The thing is that your brain is part of your body. A lot of people think, I want you to talk about my body. What about my body? Well, your brain is part of your body. Your brain is an organ in your body. So, it is part of that. Okay. So, oh boy. On love and relationships. So somebody out there is going through some troubles, through some pain. And this is, again, this is planets. This is what's happening. But just remember, the divine in this week is trying to protect your heart. So whatever has happened, you can feel the pain, acknowledge the pain. Don't live in the pain, though. Just feel it, accept what has happened, what is going through, and then you have to analyze it as far as why did I have this lesson? Was this lesson for me? Was it for the other person? And what growth am I going to get out of it? Because we grow through our pain. We grow through the challenges and the struggles that we go through. So this is a growing time for you in your next relationship. So whether it is something by your choice or something by somebody else's choice of separating, then definitely there was a lot of, in this relationship, there was boundary issues. There weren't healthy boundary issues. And if there's not healthy boundary issues, then it's not going to last anyway. And you don't want it to. You don't want it to. You need somebody that like the divine sends us. The problem with this relationship is somebody manipulated it to make it happen, to make it work. And it had nothing to do with divine bringing this person in. What we need is divine to bring us a person, because then that is love and absolute truth. This is the person that he has created for you. This is a person that melds you like gloves and hand. But this person didn't. But this is definitely a lesson in some type of pain that you're going through because of boundaries, overstepping boundaries, not having good boundaries or standards, or in that. But I keep hearing boundaries. So just know that this is going to pass, and you will grow from it, so that when this next person comes on, you will heal from it first before you go on to the next person, because otherwise you will carry this pain with you, and you will carry that another luggage with you from the past, comparing that person to this. And you can't do that. That's not fair. That's not fair to the new person at all. So you just want to make sure that you heal within and allow that to happen and let divine bring you somebody, because that's the way it's supposed to be. And what happens is he brings us somebody when we are healed, they are healed, and come together as one. Because if you come broken and broken, then you've got brokenness, and it doesn't last. Okay, so just make sure that when you feel the pain, just let it go. It's like when my brother was murdered, I had to feel the pain. I had to go through the stages, but then I had to let it go. And then I forgave. I had to forgive, and I forgive. But the thing is, this is a process. Again, this is a process, and this is for your future and your journey. Whoop, talisman, planets, not. And this again is an open choice. So somebody had a choice to leave, or choice to do some things that weren't very nice. Now, if you're still in this position, if you're still with this person, it's time to go. Because if they're destructive, if they're creating confusion, creating destruction, creating a low vibration, that is of the dark side. You don't want that. You want that of the light. Light is love. Light is understanding. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is never keeping record of wrongs. Blah, 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 blah. That is love. That's unconditional love. That's what everybody deserves. All right. So that's your reading, guys. It's been a little bit long, and sorry about the interruptions from our troll, but definitely I hope you guys have a great, great week. Now, don't forget that there are dailies, 1-minute dailies every day. I pull a card from 4 divine from the Oracle, and then one from the card deck, the tarot decks. And then there is the 26th at 11 a.m. I'm going to be doing the full moon reading. So if you are not subscribed, subscribe, hit the bell, and you'll be notified when I'm on for those. The dailies are uploaded at about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I can't remember how I do those, but because when I do these, I don't remember anything. People ask me, what was this sign? What was that sign? I don't remember, because I'm not supposed to remember. I have to go back and watch them. This isn't from me. This is from divine. So I don't know when those are on. So that's why you have to subscribe, hit the bell. So I hope you do that. And I'm sorry, I'm a little bit low in energy today. I'm not feeling as hot as best as I thought I would. Started out really good, but I had to take a medication for my leg. And I'm just sort of a little bit low-keyed, not like normal. As many of you probably know, if you watch my channel, I'm more bubbly and so I'm low-keyed. But the energy is still there. Just that kind of stuff really sort of irks me. But anyway, it is what it is, and that's a test. Trust me, it's a test. So I hope you guys have a great, great week, and we will talk to you on the 26th on the full moon reading, or on the 31st for your next reading. All right, Cancers, take care. Take care of yourselves. Protect your heart. Don't, again, it's all going to be fine. It's going to change, because these retrogrades are sort of playing with us right now during that time. So don't worry about it. It's all going to be good. And it is wonderful. Walk in absolute truth and love. Talk to you soon.